started studying in Germany in 2016 and now he is working in JP Morgan Bank. So
where I applied to KIT and they said that because I have already done my 1 year of engineering in India.
So Vraj wanted to know that when you started your German language here with Eurasia Institute, that is B1, B2, C1, how was that experience? And do you think that it was a very nice idea to involve you into the language school and then to start your bachelor's in German taught program?
But then I could experience that in real life when I was in the German community out there, going to the supermarket, going to the doctor, or going at different places. So that helped me learn faster.
So what is the difference basically between TUs and FH? So if a student is really want to go for the academic purpose, like majorly into the research, so what they should choose and what is there in FH?
And I would say one should maybe always first try for TU because it
Hello everyone, so I'm very excited to show you all my student who is an alumni from Amrat Pal Vision, started studying in Germany in 2016 and now he is working in JP Morgan Bank. So he started his journey by doing his German language from Eurasia Institute. Then he started his bachelor's in mechanical engineering with KIT and then studied his Master's in Finance from Frankfurt School of Finance and Management, and now he's working in JP Morgan Bank. So he is an alumni from Amrat Pal Vision, started his career in 2016. So let us ask him about his experience of 9 years in Germany and how this experience and this community of Amrat Pal Vision can change your life when you are planning to study in Germany. So hi Vraj, thank you for this opportunity for our students who are seeing you live on this video.
honor is all mine. I've always been happy to stay in touch with Amrat Pal Vision, with you, and it's been a family relationship now.
Yeah.
So it's always warm to talk with you and of course to help others who can maybe get some guidance from my own experience or an idea about life in Germany.
Wow, that's great. So व्रज आप हमें थोड़ा सा सिनेरियो बताइए 2016 में जब हमने अपना प्रोसेस स्टार्ट किया था तो हाउ वाज दैट प्रोसीजर, क्या क्या चीज़ें हमने यहाँ पे कंप्लीट की हैं?
So procedure was that I came to Amrat Pal Vision. I took my mother with me first because I wanted to introduce my parents to the idea about studying in Germany, which was not so unique.
Correct.
Now we see a lot of Indians coming to Germany, but at that time there were very few Indians, and some cities I could say that there were not even Indian stores available. And right now the Indian diaspora here has grown exponentially.
Right.
So when I decided about that, I had to convince my parents. I was also doubtful, will I be able to learn German? And I took the initiative and I came to Amrat Pal Vision, and then Amrat sir and Aman ma'am pitched the idea to my dad so that he is convinced that it will be a good decision, which was a great help to me. And then, yes, I started studying, learning German with a German teacher who flew in from Berlin to Amrat Pal Vision in Ahmedabad. And it was a 3-month program, after which I did my A1 and A2 exams. And also after that, shortly after that, we got our appointments at the consulate in Mumbai, did my visa interviews, which everything went on time and smooth for me. So everything was as it was planned. And then also the dates for which we applied to come to Germany was in November, a day after demonetization, I still remember, and I was in Germany.
Right.
So it was a journey. When I look back to it, it seems to be very simple only because of all the paperwork and all the stress full topics that could be were taken care of. An accommodation was arranged for me. I felt welcome when I was here, and of course there was adventure. So I learned a lot also by myself, by through the means of language and talking with people.
Right.
So that was a very smooth process in Ahmedabad.
That's great. So, Vraj wanted to know that when you started your German language here with Eurasia Institute, that is B1, B2, C1, how was that experience? And do you think that it was a very nice idea to involve you into the language school and then to start your bachelor's in German taught program?
I think it was a perfect idea because you learn language through experience rather than just mugging up words and grammar. You can do that at a school, and of course, Eurasia had a good program in the sense that it was an intensive program. So I was 5 to 6 hours at school with other students, with teachers. We were interacting and role playing everyday life situations. But then I could experience that in real life when I was in the German community out there, going to the supermarket, going to the doctor, or going at different places. So that helped me learn faster.
Fasting.
And I was also learning it quickly because I made German connections, German friends, and that's how we would communicate, and they would help. So Germans are also very enthusiastic in teaching you their language.
Right.
So that really helps if you are in the German environment.
Okay. And put some light on mechanical engineering doing from KIT.
So it was not planned. I was thinking that I would start at TU Berlin, and then this opportunity came where I applied to KIT, and they said that because I have already done my 1 year of engineering in India, I could directly start there in their in their bachelor's program. So I took that opportunity because KIT is a good brand name. It's a really good university. I started there, and I would say that I was the one of the students who didn't do Studienkolleg when I started.
Yeah.
So of course it was a very steep learning curve to learn the technical German. So technical German is different. It might appear to be challenging, which it is, but then one can learn it. And I would say in Germany, the level of education is good. So one or the other subject you will face difficulties, but it's hard work, perseverance, and they will teach you German punctuality, so you will be excelling through your studies. And the experience was really good. The teachers were one of the professors were in one and top in the class. We get to see best laboratories, explore what we want to do, choose the right subjects, and of course the exposure to real life real life projects with companies which were partnering with KIT, and the feeling of being a part of it. And on the side, one could do university jobs like in academics or also in research, which helps you connect more to the field in which you want to grow into. So that was a great experience. I spent a lot of time at KIT. Completing my bachelor's, did my thesis, worked later also in research on the same project because it was very interesting. Helped my professor publish a couple of papers, which was a good feeling, a sense of fulfillment which was there. And yeah, after that, I went on another adventure.
Yeah, that's great. So many of the time, students are asking me that they wanted to study from TUs, right? And so, what is the difference basically between TUs and FH? So, if a student is really want to go for the academic purpose, like majorly into the research, so what they should choose and what is there in FH?
Okay, so Fachhochschule are concentrating more on practical skills. You will have also laboratories there, and you will be focusing more on practical implementation of everything. You can, of course, after your Fachhochschule bachelor's, you can also do masters in a TU or a KIT in those universities, but you might have to give some extra exams in your first few semesters, which then could be challenging because the depth in which the certain courses are covered at these universities are different than the depth at which they would go at a Fachhochschule. So you might have to do a lot of self-study, which in general you have to do in Germany because they have a lot of self-study model where you go and sit in library, you take the books or online resources, and you study by yourself. But this would be something that no one would assist you, and they would expect you to pass those exams, and only if you pass them you will be able to continue in the higher semesters of your masters. uh, TU is, of course, going to motivate you to do more research. That's the whole idea. They would want you to do their bachelor's and then also master's there, and maybe proceed with your PhD program with them or somewhere else. But it helps you show you the path in which path you would like to go, because every person, no single friend of mine from the same batch had taken same subject. So we were all engineers, mechanical engineers, but with very different specialities. And that's the beauty, because you could choose from so many fields and then start concentrating yourself in one topic. So that's the focus of a TU. And the focus of Fachhochschule is more on the practical side of thing, of implementation part of thing, of engineering, of going on the shop floor, designing, and then you can of course also come there. But both have their own positives. It depends on what kind of a mind you have. If you're more on practical, hands-on person, and you don't like to think or imagine situation, scientific things, or the way things work, then I think a Fachhochschule is something for you, because you will see the parts, you will see everything there live. And if you want to have more of a theoretical base with a bit of practical knowledge, where you expose yourself and you get a lot of self-study time and approach problems and project work by yourself, then it is TU for you. And I would say one should maybe always first try for TU, because they are good brand names. They of course open many doors in future for you. And if later you think that no, you would like to change, there is always a possibility that one could change it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So now we are seeing most of the students are now preferring to mechatronics, right? And not mechanical. So what do you think is now the scope of mechatronics in German market?
Mechatronics has a great scope, because pure mechanical is a myth. This doesn't exist anymore. Everything has a software running it. Everything has automation coming in, AI, machine learning, large language models. These are the topics where German universities are also pursuing and helping you pursue these in terms of research also. So I would say mechatronics is a very good branch. It's also very challenging. It gives you an idea about everything from automation, AI, to pure mechanical, and also electronics.
Correct.
So it is also very different at every university. If you go and check the courses, you can choose where you like which professor and what they are teaching, and you can go through the whole subjects that they will be teaching in that course, which could be a really great exposure. That's of course the future. We are living in it. We are seeing it.
So how did we change from mechanical background to finance now?
So I was applying for my professor, and I was helping him get money for his research. So we had to sell our research, that what is the future aspect. And that time I came across some engineers who were also had business management background, and they suggested me that you could also do finance or management in Germany, which is not so common, because we see this in India but not here.
Not here.
And I kind of considered it. I did my research, and I knew the German market. I knew the educational institutions here, and I came across Frankfurt School, which was for me very close to KIT. So I would not be so far away from my friends, and at the same time, it was very strategically placed in Frankfurt. So Frankfurt School gave me a great exposure to the world of business, finance, and management. And I decided to apply, do my application, and do my interviews with the school. And I'm grateful that they gave me an opportunity to join Frankfurt School.
Wow. So since you've also completed your bachelor's from German university, right? So why didn't you shift yourself to a public management studies or maybe public finance programs? Why didn't you choose Frankfurt School of Finance and Management?
There are a very few public schools. For example, there's Goethe here, which is available, who teach such programs. But I'll be very honest. There are public universities too, like TU München, and even KIT has their own management program. But they are all managed under the same institution's name. Um, but Frankfurt School, being in center, has a benefit that they're a private school, and my experience has told me that it's about the brand name. The school has a good brand name, they have good education, they have good funding. And the biggest strength that a school can offer you, business school can offer you, is its alumni network.
Correct.
And because Frankfurt School has such a strong alumni network, not only in Germany but outside Germany, it gives you opportunities, and it opens doors for you when you're networking. So in business, finance, and management, one of the ways towards your successful career is through networking, and through the alumni network that you have and the exposure you get. And Frankfurt School organized a lot of events with very high level people from industry and from politics, and around different industries, leadership coming there and giving you a chance to network with them, to connect with them. I think this is actively done mostly at private
Private
schools,
schools,
and
right.
and the government business schools don't do that. And that's why the events at Frankfurt School, whether it be career day or other events that they organize in terms of crypto, in terms of technology that they are organizing, they might not be a technical school, but they still attract a lot of talent, a lot of people who are very actively working in these fields.
But many of time I have seen that even if it is a public school, public university providing the MBA program, it is still paid, right? And most of the time, the mechanical, maybe the engineering students are asked to get some kind of credit points into business related things, and then only they are eligible to get entry into the management side.
True. I think that is very true. Sometimes you might also even have to do IELTS. Frankfurt School programs are all taught in English. Most of them is master level and MBAs. What is also good about them, that if you're starting something like finance, where I had no idea about, they begin in the beginning of the course itself, they will divide you into two groups, people who had finance experience and people who didn't, so that you get your basics clear, and then you can join together in the higher classes or in the other classes where you will be choosing subjects. So you don't need all those kind of requirements, which is very good. It's purely based on diversity, and we had doctors, we had pharmacists, we had engineers, we had people from all backgrounds possible there. And the business world in itself is so diverse that everyone found their place. We had lawyers, so they are working as corporate lawyers. Maybe people from healthcare background are working in healthcare business, or any of the fields that you could imagine right now.
So, what was the journey of Frankfurt School to JP Morgan?
So it is always, of course, there's a factor of luck. I would say I was very lucky, and of course, networking. So I started my journey at Frankfurt School career days. I was looking for my first internship to break into this world, because my CV had been very heavy on engineering side, and you just need one recruiter or one manager to say that, hey, I would like to have you in my team. And that was the event that happened for me, where I found a team of ex-engineers, researchers, and scientists who were working in research consulting at a German consulting firm called Horvath and Partners. And they were very kind to take me in their team and offer my first internship and teach me how consulting works. So I started with consulting, and then I applied for more internships and more working student positions. I ended up at PwC, worked in a totally different field in capital markets advisory, got to see a lot of stuff there. That was again through an event, because PwC organizes its networking event in Frankfurt and in their tower. So you get to see them, you get to see the workplace. So it's again, because you are in Frankfurt, that's possible. So I met the team there. I forwarded with my CV, and I had an internship. While I was working there, I was looking for new opportunities, because I was thinking there's so much to see. So let's try to use these 2 years to find out what I would like. And I wanted to try banking, and I applied to banks. And then JP Morgan was one of the banks where in the emerging talent program, they saw me, and they gave me the opportunity to work in their team. And it was a great experience. And I'm thankful that there are such programs in Frankfurt, in every other company that you would go, where they give graduates or working students or students the chance to see the field and look into it. So I was working there, and then after I worked there a year, I changed in a full-time position at another bank. But now I'm back to JP Morgan, and it feels really, because I could network and know the people, they know me. It becomes in a way more effective for them to hire you, because they know the talent, they know the person, and it's also easy for you to gel into the company culture. And that is very important in the world of finance or business. So hence networking opened the doors, and it was possible because I was living in Frankfurt and I was meeting people around here.
And you were knowing a very good German language.
Exactly.
That was the main factor.
That was the main factor, because I had German and English both. And German is required in many roles right now across this field, because if you're a consultant, if you're a banker, if you are working in certain field, you always will have to interact with people. Though most of the work internationally might be in the terms of English language, but but you will face German colleagues, you will have people who would write in German, you might have a client who is writing back to you in German language. So they prefer at least B1 to B2 level of German language.
Correct.
So that one could get a good opportunity. So they give you the opportunity, and I know of people who actually came to Germany by knowing, when they knew only A1, A2, B1. They were directly working in a role where they had to face clients or they needed German, and then they had to do it with their work, and that requires dedication because you're working for a certain number of hours. Then you go back home, you attend your German class, and if you are driven, at one point or the other point, you will have to learn German to to go forward in your career. So I would suggest it's better you do it early as possible, because then it will open more doors for you.
That's great. So one last question for you is, who should not come to Germany?
Who should not come to Germany? I would say anyone who cannot have perseverance, because it's not going to be a straight journey. There's going to be days where you will have a lot of lows and you will think, why am I here? There's this language, and then I'm also not getting the luxury of India, like I can order food, or there's no house help available. You wouldn't have it here, but I can tell you, if you are working hard, even if you don't know that good German, this country will give you a chance. There will be somewhere out there who is going to give you the chance. And once you have that chance, you will feel the fulfillment and satisfaction that you've achieved something. And that's what I think Germany offers you. And of course, a great career, and for the reasons why we are coming here. But you will need to have perseverance, you will need to be dedicated to what you are doing, and a bit of discipline, because learning German is discipline. Going through university is discipline. Universities could be difficult
And
also.
catching the trains is also a discipline.
Everything is discipline. So it kind of prepares you. It kind of makes your personality very attractive. It kind of shows you what real world is, and you get hands-on experience. Plus, you get to see different culture in Europe. You're actually in Central Europe.
Correct.
So you can go around Europe at the same time. So when you're stressed or frustrated from Germany, go and travel. And traveling is another teacher, right? You learn totally different things when you're traveling. So it's not only academics, but also the possibility that you travel and you get to know yourself.
Correct. And if you are not extrovert, definitely Germany can give you tough times.
I wouldn't say that, but there are also, I have introverted friends who have also found their place. It's just always someone will have something. It's just that, yeah, you need to find the right place and the right opportunities for you, and for that you will have to look for it.
Correct.
Because at universities also, they wouldn't like, there's no something called university placements, right? We have it in India, I think, but Germany doesn't have that. So you have to go after that. They give you your degree and they say, now you're capable, go.
So Vraj, tell me one thing. Why you are still connected to Amrat Pal Vision after 9 years also?
I think you just didn't stop answering my calls. No. So I'm still connected because it was always been a very healthy, a very, I would say, a friendship. And it was always good to catch up. It was always warm to visit office. You guys, when you're seeing this video, Amrat Pal is now in a very fancy, beautiful new office. But I've known Amrat Pal Vision since their first office, and I admire the growth. I've admired their honesty, and I've admired how they help people passionately. And actually, I have, because of Amrat Pal Vision, a good friend circle, a good network of students or people who came with me who are now in different parts of Germany doing very different things. So I think that has always kept it. And over the years, we didn't lose our connection because it was from both the sides that we were writing, we were meeting on different family occasions. And that's why, like I said, it doesn't feel like a consultant client relation. It's more of a friendship. It's more of a family relationship now.
That's great. Yes, so even we are planning for his marriage things. Yeah. So we are just giving him tips कि कैसी लड़की आपको choose करनी चाहिए, क्या-क्या चीजें होनी चाहिए, कैसे हम
So you're
start
not
कर
getting, you're not getting a consultant for like your education. You're getting a life consultant. They'll be planning your family soon.
Exactly. And if she is from India, maybe. So then you'll also do her spouse visa so that she.
Yeah, that's something new that I've heard about. I have a lot of friends who got married who are from Amrat Pal, my colleagues, and when they got married, actually, the first person they approached was Amrat sir and Aman ma'am to get their spouse visas done. So yeah, that's exciting.
So yes, students, so this was Vraj Soni. So yes, if you're also planning to study in Germany, you need to contact Amrat Pal Vision, not just to get your visa or admission done, but to get a community of Amrat Pal Vision, which is flying very high, I can say. So yes, stay tuned. Thank you.